I had lost my job. I had a very good job when I had been out on our own, and then COVID hit and I had been unemployed for about a year and a half, and only recently, April, had gone back to work, but at less than half of my original pay. So with 2 small children, the inflation and everything else taking place, bills fell behind.
Our eviction mediation program came about really in the throes of the lockdown with the COVID-19 pandemic. We looked around and we said there is not going to be enough rental assistance to keep everybody housed when we had something like a 22% unemployment rate in the county. The eviction moratoriums, they did their role initially, but we recognized that we were going to need something that was going to be a little more creative and a little more sustainable.
I think what makes our program unique is the way I do it. Most mediation programs will do in-person mediations where 2 people are there and you're mediating. I do that, and I do it via Zoom if need be. But I found early on during the pandemic that many times landlords were like, I don't want to take the time out of my day to go and do that. And so they were saying no. And I thought, wait a minute, there's got to be a better way. Instead of saying no to all these people, what can I do to make them say yes? So I said, well, would you talk to me on the phone? And they're like, absolutely.
We started that program in October of 2020 and successfully have been running it ever since then, with Linda doing great work.
I've served over 255 families in the 2 years since we've been doing this, which equals about 647 individuals. And there's a 98% rate of people avoiding eviction.
If it wasn't for Linda and reaching out to Linda, the boys and I would not have a home at this point in time to stay in. She was a saving grace when everybody else kind of just disappeared and had no answers, or kind of just gave up and said there's nothing I can do.
I have a soft voice, I have a non-threatening voice. People, they listen to me. I want them to be heard, and I want to be able to help them. And that's my goal. I feel like I guess this is the way I put it, I feel like everything that I've experienced in my life, all the ups and downs and everything I've done, has brought me to this point. That at this point in my life, and later age in life, I have found my niche. I have found what I'm supposed to be doing.
And I know Linda is truly grateful for this opportunity to have her work recognized at the state level. We really hope that we are able to add to the body of knowledge of how mediation works, some of the best practices that are in place, and how this can be a truly successful program in many communities around the state.